Man, those pictures from the Artemis, those things are fucking unbelievable, huh? I saw this one of the. I'm sure everyone did. It wasn't just sent to me, but it was of It was the moon, the Earth setting or rising or something. It's like half lit. It's coming over the moon and stuff, and the astronauts took it with their iPhone, like just like you're in a car, like just out the window, took out their iPhone. Hey, look at that! Fucking incredible. And I love how all the flat earthers are like, it's all green screen. It's all being done in a studio. Look, there's proof. Like, you fucking... It's unbelievable. Those poor people. What goes on in them? Like, what kind of existence do they have? Man. I have a friend of mine who was a legitimate flat earther. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable having conversations with him about it. And no matter what, and he is normal in every other sense of the word. You would never guess. I thought he was fucking with me when he first told me a long time ago. It's like, dude, are you... What? What? Come on, man. And the funny thing is that his ex-girlfriend... You can't write this shit. His ex-girlfriend... He wasn't a flat earther at the time. I mean, he had his own beliefs and stuff. He would he was one of those people that go down the rabbit hole and start studying something. And I mean, he wasn't really... He wasn't a conspiracy theorist at the time, but he was... you could tell he had a proclivity to it. And, but his girlfriend that he lived with for years, they moved to DC from Colorado, because she was an astro, or whatever the word is, not astrophysicist. She was a solar physicist. She studied the sun and moved to DC to work for the government. To think she was on television talking about when the solar flares are really big one year and stuff, and they were interviewing her to explain, and she was explaining what was going on. So that was his girlfriend, and then he turned into a flat earther. And then the funny thing is that he came to visit, and he went to go have lunch with his ex-girlfriend. I mean, they remained friends. And I was like, dude, are you going to tell Holly that you're a flat earther? And he goes, probably. Why not? I mean, and I'm like, so she's just full of shit and everything that she's studying and all these, his doctorate and everything. And he's like, well, might not be her fault, whatever. So then he goes out to lunch, he comes back, and I'm like, so, Holly, flat earth? And he was like, and he kind of sheepishly smiled and went, it didn't come up. I was like, yeah, I bet. That lunch would have ended real quick. Oh, man. We were riding, me and him and this other guy were riding from Denver to Deadwood, South Dakota to play in this pool tournament. He was a fucking top level pool player, this guy, this flat earther. And so me and my buddy Joey were like just grilling him questions. And I was like, we were like, well, what about this and what about that? And of course he had an explanation, but he sounded like he would recite. It's like being in a cult. He would recite. His answers were things that he had read and memorized, like kind of like the Church of Scientology or whatever, Scientologists, like that they're trained to say shit. He was like you could tell it wasn't his original idea, but and then like in certain arguments when he didn't have one, he would kind of rephrase. He would say the same thing for a different question. It's fucking absurd. But so anyway, I was like, I was like, what about meteors? Like, there's rocks that fall out of the sky. Like, people see them. You know, they fall. And sometimes they're in remote places, and sometimes I'm like, what about those? And he goes, oh, like, he was all prepared, almost excited to inform me on how that was, what was happening. And he said, he goes, oh, they, he goes, they take these metal balls, round metal balls, and then they put stuff on the outside of them, almost like paper mache. They put this molding on to make it look like a rock. And then they fly around in airplanes and they throw them out the window they throw them out of the planes around the Earth to keep up with the illusion that, it's the globe conspiracy, to give the thing of that there's meteors when there's really not, but it's just these balls that are fake meteors, and they fly around in planes and throw them out. My friend Joey leads up for the back seat and goes, Scott, do you realize how batshit crazy you sound right now? Oh my fucking god, dude. Like to whose benefit? Who would be doing this? Like, what's the point? Everyone already believes the Earth is round. You don't need to throw out around fake meteors to help prove it. And you don't need to spend all this money in this big production for Artemis. That's like, to what benefit? It's like, oh, it's for money. They're control. They're money. Who's they? What are you talking about? Oh, all the world leaders are getting together. All the world leaders? You can't put 5 people in a room and have them keep a secret. Fucking nut job. And then, like, the same thing with, like, COVID, and the theories that, like, all these world leaders got together and intentionally put out this disease to kill off parts of the population and stuff. Like, you're telling me that all these world leaders that hate each other all got in a room together and all decided to kill a bunch of people and just shook hands and smoked cigars and drank some brandy and then went on their own way and back to fighting? Oh, man. People. I love that shirt that Taylor has. I mean, other people have it too, but it says people, and it says not a big fan. That's one of my favorite ones that said people, and then it had the 5 stars, like on Yelp or whatever, and it had like 1 star, and it said so it's a 1-star rating, and underneath it said, like, do not recommend. That's my favorite. I happen to like people, but that's a funny shirt. I don't like all people, but most in general. Even the ones I don't like. Makes it interesting. If they're all the same, that'd be kind of boring.